Okay, in this next section we're going to talk about series. And with series, mathematicians came up with something that signifies series, signified adding a bunch of things together, and that is this notation, okay? That summation notation right there. And I'm going to give you a little idea of what that summation notation stands for. Really, we start with n equals 1 to 5 up there, and what that is the values of n from 1 to 5 are called the indexes, okay? Those are the number of terms you want. You want to figure out what's the first term to the fifth term. And so knowing that right here, the 1 to 5, we can start filling this in. Let's do that in blue because this was blue. We would put n equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check that out. I had 5 boxes. What's the chance of that? Okay. And the other thing they have in there is they have the explicit formula. Right here, this 2n is the explicit formula for this series right there. And so that's what they'll also give you that within that summation notation, the explicit formula for the general form. Now what we need to do now is we need to take these n values right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, and we need to plug it into this explicit formula for each of those n values. And then we're going to put that value right down here in this t sub n row right there. Okay, that's the first step. Once we do that, we're going to add step 2, add up all the numbers in the t sub n row, and that will be the series. That's what that series right here will equal to. Okay, so let's do that. First, we'll take this one, we'll plug it in. This one right here, right there, we'll plug it in for the n, and we get 2 times 1. 2 times 1 is just, oh, that's just 2. And then we're going to move on to this 2. We're going to plug that in for our n, and we get 4. And then we're going to take this 3 and plug it in for n again, and we get 6. And we're going to take this 4 and plug it in for this n right here again, and we'll get 8. And the next one would be 10. Okay, so we plugged all those in for that. Now the next step is to take these values right in here. Okay, there's the magic pen. Yeah, right in here. Take these values. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add them all up, okay? So we have the 2 plus the 4 plus the 6 plus the 8 plus the 10. Okay, now we're going to add them all up. Well, I know that 2 plus 4 is 6. And then that 6 plus 6 is 12. And then plus 8 is 20. And plus 10 is 30. So our sum would be equal to 30. So if we go back up here, just so we kind of write this correctly, this summation notation, and it's so hard for me to write these, I can never get them. N equals 1 to 5 of 2n, or 2k, was it k? I think it was k. Nope, 2n. Yeah, that would make sense because we had n on the bottom. Of 2n is equal to 30. That's what it equals. Now, here's the thing though. What if this was from 1? What if it was a summation notation of from 1 to 500? Holy cow, that would be a pain to figure out because we'd have 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 14, boom, 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 boom. 100 of these terms. That would take forever. Well, what's nice is mathematicians found out a shortcut for doing that. And here's how it works. It's called linear series notation. If you have something like the sigma of k equals 1 to n of k, that's equal to n times n plus 1 over 2. Now, ours is a little different. Ours is sigma of k equals 1 to 5 of 2k. Well, then that just means we have to multiply this by 2 for our scenario. So let's just do that. And then this 5 goes in for this n here, and then this n here. So let's just see if we get the same thing, if we get 30 again. Remember, our n was 5, right? Not 500, but 5. So we're going to put in 5 times 5 plus 1 divided by 2, and that's all multiplied by 2. If we look at this, you'll notice this 2 cancels off that 2. So what we have is 5 times 5 plus 1. We got to do parentheses first, so this is 5 times 6, and that's equal to 30. So if you have a ton of terms, 500 terms like I was talking about before, this is the way to solve this thing. Using this notation right here, this equation right there. But if you only have a few, I say just fill out a table like this and add them all up. That's probably the best bet. Depends on which one you're most comfortable with. And that is how you use summation notation to add series up.